The LA Clippers, Los Angeles' other basketball team, they're reportedly hiring Kawhi Leonard's longtime buddy Jeremy Castleberry as an assistant coach. Castleberry played high school and at San Diego State with Kawhi. He's also worked for the Spurs and the Raptors. Rob, I got to ask you, are the Clippers bending over backward? Too many concessions for Kawhi Leonard?
Not at all. This is done all the time in sports. We've seen it. We've even seen it on the college level. Danny Manning's father was put on the bench with Larry Brown at Kansas when Danny Manning played there. We've seen this before, and this guy's already been there. He's been a part of a couple of organizations. Even if the Spurs, you know their organization and winning history, right? So this isn't just like some poor, also-ran Clippers franchise who are just bending over, doing stuff that's never been done before. And he was with Toronto as well, Castleberry. So I don't have a problem with this. The Clippers are all the way in. They just won the biggest prize in the NBA free agent market, right? They're going to make this guy happy. You saw what happened in Toronto, right? With the load management. They did everything they could do to make Kawhi feel great. And guess what happened? They won a championship.
Oh, they got lucky.
No, they did not get lucky. They won a championship without having any lottery picks on the roster, which is incredible in the NBA. Anything to make them feel comfortable is good in my book. You have nothing but Doc Rivers isn't going to sign off on this. This is a guy who won a championship. Jerry West, the logo. These aren't also-rans or nobodies in the NBA. These are guys who have been around. And if they respect Kawhi Leonard as a basketball player and he says he needs this guy with him, trust me, they've checked him out. They feel confident and comfortable with it. I have no problem.
I do have a problem with it simply because once you start doing this, it's like the LeBron James effect. Everyone feels like, you know, I'm a superstar. I'm going to bring my guys in. This is just how it's going to be moving forward. And you can't set that type of precedent. Number one, Kawhi Leonard, he's playing back home. That's enough in and of itself for him to be all in with the Clippers, period. Because he decided to come here. They have a great upper management. Well, you mentioned Jerry West. You got a good head coach, Doc Rivers. Your roster, obviously, you as alongside Paul George have identified this as a roster that, you know what, we can plug and play and we can plug in and have a potential to do something special. So you have all the variables intact. So why do you need to appease someone even more? You have him all in. He's all in.
No.
He's back home. He's back home. That is enough incentive right there for him to stay. And if we continue, if we win, he's in. We don't have to start to do all.
So you're telling me you would have told, if you were with the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard said, hey, Greg, I need to bring this guy in. You would have said, no, we can't do that. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying I would have said no, but I would have vetted, which I'm sure they did.
Yeah, of course.
I would have vetted him out, sifted everything out, and then made a decision that was based on the benefits of our organization, not just a player.
Greg, you're crazy. No. I do not believe in any way as an executive you would turn down a guy who's already been in this position with two other franchises, places that he both won championships, and Kawhi Leonard has a chance to be the first player to win a championship with three different franchises, and this is what works for him. It worked in San Antonio with Pop, of all coaches who agreed to this, right? It went to Toronto. They decided they're going to do it as well. And here, I think this is a layup. There's no discussion to have. He's my guy. He played high school and college basketball with him. There's something about him that I need that helps me out.
When you dig into Kawhi Leonard and start reading about him, he's just a different dude. He's not going to be that guy who's like the camaraderie, hanging out, partying with the guys. He's kind of off to himself, and he needs that comfort level of having his boy, and that's why the Spurs, as you said, Pop brought him in. We did a fun episode on the Cowherd Show, dating game, and I actually said the Lakers should reach out to Castleberry and say, bro, wait, we're bringing you in. Come on in. We'll put you on staff if Kawhi comes here. I think any team that would have signed him would have. Miami Heat, Charlotte Hornets, bring him on the coaching staff, put him in the second level. You know, he could carry Kawhi's jockstrap.
Greg, your point is well taken about most players don't get that clout. But this is an extra...
this is Kawhi Leonard.
Right. Extra special
listen, right
player.
now, I'll put this out there. Giannis's younger brother is a marginal NBA player, maybe a G League guy. The New York Knicks went and signed Giannis' younger brother thinking, oh, man, Giannis is going to be on the market in a year. This is what the NBA does. It's a star league. If you can get a star, a Kawhi, a Giannis, a Kevin Durant, you do everything in your power to bring him on board.
I totally understand. I understand what you guys are saying, but I'm coming from a perspective of as players who, if you're not a star and you walk into a locker room and you walk into an organization or you want to come to an organization and it's all centered around one player, that's not appealing. That's not attractive. It's like, you know what? Am I going to have some say? Are you really going to give me the amount of respect that you give him? I get it. It's Kawhi Leonard. He deserves it. He's earned it. And he's a peculiar guy. Totally understand all of those things. But everyone could say, you know what? I need my guy. If Kyrie could say that going to the Nets. Like
the Nets are desperate. They'll do it.
That's the point. If you really are desperate enough, and this is why a team like the Clippers would say yes, because they haven't won. So we want to make sure we're doing any and everything possible to appease you, to make you comfortable. But I'm saying you don't have to do that because he's home.
Yeah,
no, I disagree.
Remember the stories about LeBron? You remember LeBron's guys, Rich Paul, early in Cleveland were like riding the team plane, and then LeBron goes to Miami. Pat Riley snuffs that out quick. He's like, whoa, I've won with the Lakers. We're not going to let some of that stuff fly here. Pat Riley had won. Steve Ballmer, he's never won anything.
No, but this is
a win with the Clippers.
But this is the point I think that you're missing. They did it in San Antonio where they had won before Kawhi Leonard as well. And Pop is one of the all-time coaches. So this is not, to me, if there would have been any pushback, it would have come from Pop, because it's a kid from San Diego State, right, who won the lottery pick. And for them to do that for him, Kawhi there, makes a lot of sense to me, that they're not bringing in his buddy from the block who doesn't play basketball. And do you know what I mean? This guy played basketball. He obviously adds something. He was a teammate in college. This is totally different. So I don't know how you can look at what Pop and the Spurs had done previously and not think, if you're Toronto, yo, this is what they did. Of course, we're going to sign off on it. And the Clippers. This is not because the Clippers are the also-rans of the league and they're just bending over and doing whatever he says. They're following what has worked for this guy.
All right, coming up next, back to the most heated discussion we had so far today, is Antonio Brown handling his helmet issue the right way. Former NFL head coach Jeff Fisher stops by. We're going to discuss that next.